presence, however you get yourself in your vibrational vortex. If that's dancing, meditating, singing, standing barefoot with the earth, going out like I just was before this call, and just standing towards the sun and letting the sun bathe me, and really asking spirit to drench me in something positive to share with you that's helpful for you. You know, however it is that we connect. So become deeply present. Now, when we are teaching or we have to be in front of people, and this is, I know from experience, how many times was I asked to get up in front of a class, you know, by a school teacher and university to give a presentation, and I literally panicked. I had absolute no presence in that moment, no connection with my breath, no connection with source, just pure panic and just wanting to run, get out of there, numb out, do whatever I had to do to get away from that moment. Presence. What works for you? Breath. One of the things that works very well for me is a grounding cord. Once I learned how to establish a grounding cord, which I just never heard of in my teen years, and I never heard of that kind of language. But by my early 20s, I learned about grounding cords. And you can visualize and feel and have the sensation of utterly being rooted from your own hips, low belly, legs, feet, down into the roots and the power of the earth. This with the breath, right into that moment of presence. And then remember, in the way of presence, what is most meaningful to you? What is it that is the intention that you wish to convey through your voice and through that moment? And this will bring a solidity, an empowerment into you in the very moment. My father, he's a very wise man. I was always I said, Dad, I just can't speak in front of people. I hate it. I'm so scared. And he said something very wise to me when I was young. He said, don't beat yourself up around this. He said, because right now it's difficult because people are asking you to speak about things that really maybe is not so meaningful to you. He said, but I promise you that the day will come when something means so much to you that you will be able to be bigger than your fear and to be totally present in that moment with what is living inside of you, what is so meaningful to you, and you will find a way to bring your voice through. I was young, I was like 14, and I was like, thanks, Dad, I don't know what you just said, but it sounds good, and I hope I can understand that one day, and now I do. Thanks, Sianna Sherman. Presence. Practice. Practice goes back to practice with your voice, practice with teaching, and practice the teachings in every aspect of your life. If you want to teach or to speak in an authentic way, in a way that conveys the transmission of the heart. So this is another way that I speak of authentic voice. That authentic voice is when you feel it. It has that transmission. It crosses what I call the gap from heart to heart. So if it's not embodied in me and I'm just talking blah, 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 automatic, it's not really my embodiment, we're never gonna have that heart transmission power. Something's authentic voice when it lands inside of you. So when it's inside of you and lands in the embodied experience of someone else, that it touches them, it moves them, it stirs them, it has an evocation, and something just begins to stir. There's a connection that is made. This can only come with practice, which gives embodied awareness. So if you have a teaching that you want to share, like I like to share many teachings, but I love shadow work. I started shadow work when I was 22. I'm in a deep shadow mentorship program as well. And I love it. but I have to presence that in every part of my life with great diligence and showing up and accountability in order to speak about it. Otherwise, it runs dry. This is the truth for philosophical studies as a yoga teacher. So if I'm speaking to a lot of yoga teachers on this call, very easy to pick up a yoga text. There's many, or an inspiring yoga book. Find something, oh, that sounds good. I'll just, tag that and go read it at the beginning of class. Okay, there is some gift there, some empowerment. But if you take that passage or that teaching and you apply it and you live it and you practice it, and then when you go to speak it, wow, that's the authentic voice. It comes from embodied wisdom. Okay, so the practice, the passion. Well, passion offers a lot, because passion is what catches fire. If someone just gave me this webinar topic and said, oh, Sianna, we want you to do this webinar topic for Rasa Yoga. This might be good for the world, but I don't really care about it, and it's nothing that I'm passionate about, you're going to know it in about less than a 0 second. Because passion is what moves and shakes and wakes. We want to be passionate. And part of this, what I will suggest and offer is that when you speak, you feel the words from inside of you. You want to feel the words inside of you. That's why rasa. I'm also a storyteller. And so you've got to tell all parts of the stories, the parts like where the demons are taking over, the parts where the hero saves the day, but you have to feel it. You have to know the power of evocation. You have to know all those experiences. When is it scary? When is it disgusting? When is it angry? When is it heroic? When is it passionate? All of this. We have to be willing to really feel our words and to speak them from this place. Okay, so we have presence, practice, and passion.